Hey student, watch this video if you want a reading lesson to help you understand the difference between understanding the main idea and details, and which one is more important. Coming up. Hey friends, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Thank you so much for joining me on another lesson. If it's your first time here, consider subscribing. From Monday to Friday, I post English lessons of all kinds: reading, listening, grammar, vocabulary, phrasal verbs, speaking tips, and so many other things to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. So, my friends, today, let me just get a few things done. And yes, today we're going to be talking about reading. Every week, I will be giving you a reading tip, okay? And today I want to talk to you about a reading comprehension question that many English learners have. Main idea or details? Which is more important when I am reading in English? Understanding the general idea or understanding everything, the small details? What is more important? And remember, if you have questions in English, you can always post them in the comments because I can always turn them into videos. So this is something nice that you can do. You have a question, post your question and it can become a video. Very nice, but let's get down to business. The first thing you need to have in mind is when you read in English, you need to have a clear goal, a clear objective of what you want to do. What is your purpose? Why are you reading in English? If it's to improve your language, okay? If you are studying through reading, if you are reading to improve your English, you need to have a clear goal in mind of why you are doing that, okay? And there are two important aspects that you will need to analyze from the text that you're reading, which are main idea and details. These are very different things, and depending on your study routine, depending on your objective, depending on your goal, it's going to be different, okay? So before you understand which is more important, if it's understanding the main detail or understanding the main idea, we need to understand what your objective is, what your goals are, because they will determine what kind of reading exercise you should do. If you should focus on understanding the main idea or if you should focus on getting more details. So here, what am I trying to say? If you want to improve your general comprehension, just become better at reading, understand a little more, because you like to read. You read books, you read magazines, you read posters on the internet, and you want to improve your overall comprehension. And here, one important thing: just because it's reading doesn't mean it's not helping you in other areas. So by reading, you are improving your English comprehension, not just by reading like in written materials, but in spoken language too. But I can talk about that more a little bit more in another video. So if you want to improve your general comprehension, then your goal should be to read to get the main idea of the text. Now, if you want to improve your vocabulary and understand more words and learn more things in details, then the kind of reading that you have to do is detail reading. You have to focus on the details, okay? So two kinds of readings, and I'm gonna explain a little more of how you do that in English, okay? So if you are enjoying this video and if you enjoy reading lessons, reading tips and ideas, hit the like button, because that way I know what kind of lessons you like and more, and that helps the channel. When you hit the like button, YouTube understands that you enjoy my videos, you enjoy my tips. So this helps the channel grow because YouTube shares my videos with more people like you, okay? Awesome, moving on. Very nice. So why am I telling you about the importance of reading the main idea and reading details? You need to be strategic when reading. It's not about choosing one or choosing the other. Oh, I'm going to focus on the main ideas. Oh, no, it's more important to focus on the details. You need to dedicate time to do both activities. You need to dedicate some time to reading exercises, to read not exercises, but to reading articles and focus on getting the main idea. And on other days, on other occasions, you also need to dedicate some time to reading for details, to paying attention at each paragraph, going back, making summaries, understanding what each paragraph is telling, getting more key points, focusing on more ideas than general. Okay, what is to get the main idea, Priscilla? Let's say I read a text of 5 paragraphs, okay, a short article of 5 paragraphs. Then after I finish, I write 2 or 3 lines, okay, explaining the main idea. Oh, okay, this article talks about the importance of technology in the world. That's very general, you know? Maybe the text gave many examples. Maybe the text explained more about the importance of technology, but that's not my focus. My focus is to be able to understand the main idea, okay? Very well. Now, what is to focus on detail? Let's suppose the same article, 5 paragraphs, it's about technology. Now I will go to each paragraph and I will analyze the information about each paragraph. I will get more focused on understanding every paragraph and getting more examples and ideas and pieces of information that help me understand more about the text, not just the general idea. Okay, this is a different kind of exercise, and definitely when you're doing a detail exercise, you will need to spend more time reading the text and consequently checking the online dictionaries, checking new words, looking up new words. So this is something that you need to analyze. Which one do I want to do now? Okay, which one is more important? Okay, so if it's more important for you now to focus on main ideas, it's okay, that's good. But at some point, you will also need to dedicate some time to understanding details. This is something that I work on with my clients. So when I give them a text, my first question is, okay, what's the main idea? What do you remember? Okay. After they give me a general explanation, why is that important? I need to know if they understand a little, the general idea. If they do, awesome. Then I can go to the next level and ask for more details. Oh, okay. What does the article say on the first paragraph? What do you remember? Oh, okay, in the second paragraph. Oh, okay. What does he say? What does the author say in this part? And in that part? Oh, what's this word? This vocabulary, this expression? Then I go to the details. So first, it's important to understand the main idea, because then you can check if the text is difficult or if it's appropriate for your level. Because if you read a text and you don't understand anything, that article is very difficult for you, is not appropriate for you. But if you read the article and you get the main idea, then okay, then you can work with this article and focus on the paragraphs to get more details. So that's what I mean by be strategic. You need to use the right strategies. Okay, Lolly, thank you so much for your donation of the super chat. I really appreciate you saying that my videos are very informative and useful. I'm happy to know that. And if you have some questions about reading, make sure to post them in the comments. Okay, thank you so much. Lolly just made a super donation, a super chat donation. Okay, you can all make this donation. All this money helps me make more videos for you, spend on equipment, spend on time, spending on preparing lessons for you guys. So feel free to make your donations, but let's get down to business. Let's keep going. Now, that's, as I was saying, the strategy behind it. Many English learners, they just find an article on a blog and they read and then they finish. They're like, okay, I read the text. I finished. But then they don't have any strategy behind the reading exercise. So if you don't have a lot of time, you can focus on the main idea, write 2, 3 lines, 4 lines about the text. But if you have more time, then it's time to focus on details, okay? And I'm gonna be giving you some homework, but I'm gonna be explaining here what I mean by that. So I chose a short article, okay, and there are 4 paragraphs, okay? I divided because, oh my God, there are that it's not too long, but for the slide it looks too long, okay? Very well. So what I'm trying to say is here, let's imagine an article that has 4 paragraphs. It's not a very long article, it's a good length, okay? So when you're doing this exercise, don't read articles that are extremely long, 7, 10 paragraphs, or you will get very tired. Unless it's a blog post, then the paragraphs are usually shorter, but there are more paragraphs, then it's okay. If at the end of the day the paragraphs are short, then it's fine. But if it's a very long article, for example, if you go to the New York Times, the articles are usually very long. BBC, CNN, and so many other websites offer very, very long articles, so that's not a good idea. Usually you will find good articles for you to read in course books, in reading books, okay? In the future I can make more videos to talk about that if you want, so let me know. If you hit the like button, I can have an idea of what kind of lessons you want, because then I can check which videos you like the most, which videos you like the least. Here we go. Now, here I have 2 paragraphs, okay? I have, usually the first paragraph is an introduction, then the second paragraph I develop the ideas from the introduction. So if let's imagine you want to dedicate time, maybe you have 10, 15 minutes, but you don't want to focus on everything, you don't have a lot of time, so you are going to focus on the general ideas, on the main idea of this article. And after the lesson is over, I will post this text in the comments and in the description so that you can do this exercise, okay? Now, what are you going to do? You will read the first paragraph, you will read the second paragraph, then you will continue, read the third, read the fourth. When you finish reading all the paragraphs, you will sit down and you will think, okay, what do I remember? Not just remember, but what did I really understand? Then you can use your cell phone, if you don't like paper, if you prefer technology, you can open a note here and then you can write a short paragraph. What are the main ideas that I understood from this article? This is a short comprehension exercise, okay? And remember, it's a strategic one. The focus is to help you improve your comprehension, your general comprehension. And it's okay if you don't understand everything, no problems. The only problem is if you understand nothing. Then it's a very difficult article for you. I recommend you use a different article. It's no problem. Don't feel sad or frustrated. No, it was just a very difficult article. It happens. Find another one that is easy and appropriate for you, okay? Everybody's at a different level. We need to respect our limitations, okay? So this is what you would do if you did the general idea exercise, the main idea exercise, okay? You read the first paragraph, you read the second, you read the third, you read the fourth, and then you write a short explanation. What happens in action? Many English learners read the text, but they don't do anything about it. They don't write about it. They don't give any kind of feedback. So this is what I call a passive learning. You read, but what did you really understand? So this is something people need to think about. If you spend your time, your study time, just reading stuff, just listening stuff, but you never practice, you never do anything, this is a very passive way of learning, and this could be influencing your results. So, for example, here I am making lessons from Monday to Friday. Why? Because I'm giving you a study routine. On Mondays, we have vocabulary. On Tuesdays, we have grammar. Wednesday, we have reading. Tomorrow, we have listening or pronunciation or intonation. And Friday, we have something more general. After you watch my lessons, you always have a homework exercise for you to do. Why? Because I want to help you make this study moment an active study moment. That's why I give you homework, my friend. Moving on, if you want to make this, so as just a quick overview here, if you are reading for the main idea, you have to read all the paragraphs, as I said, and then write a short explanation about the text. What is it about? And it's okay if you don't remember all the information. That's not the goal here. The goal, baby, this baby is so loud. I don't know if you can hear the baby, but the baby is very loud. Neighbors, do you have loud neighbors? I do, unfortunately, but it's not the baby's fault. The baby's okay. Moving on. Now focusing on details, okay? Now if we go back to the same article, what are we going to do? I lose concentration when I hear noise. I'm a very auditory person, so if I listen to noise, I forget everything I have to say. It's unbelievable. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I'm like that anywhere I go. If people are talking and making a lot of noise, I lose focus. Oh, okay, I can get back. All right, so details. If you are dedicating some time to practicing reading for details, it's different. Let's suppose you are reading this article that I'm giving you today and that I'm going to share with you as a homework. You will read every paragraph and you will focus on writing explanations per paragraph, okay? Paragraph 1, what did I understand? Paragraph 2, what did I understand? Paragraph 3, paragraph 4, and so on. You will also underline the words. It's important to understand details. You need to understand vocabulary. If you don't understand vocabulary, you can't do it, okay? So underline the words, look them up in the dictionary. You are trying to understand specific information. So this is the moment to explore the text. That's how you improve. I'm reading this book. It's what's the name of The Richest Man in Babylon. Do you know this book? It's an amazing book. I definitely recommend. And The Richest Man in Babylon is in English. Okay, I'm reading in English. And it uses Old English, okay? Very old English, very old vocabulary, very old structure. So in this kind of text that I'm reading, the book, I have to pay more attention. Okay, I cannot focus on the main ideas because I'm studying, I'm reading to study. So every paragraph I have to pay attention. I read, then I stop for a moment, I think, okay, did I understand? Okay, am I good? What is he talking about? Can I continue? All right. Do I know this word? Do I know this expression? And if that expression is stopping me from understanding the paragraph, then I check on a dictionary. Okay, so this is what I call detail reading. You don't have to do this every time you read, but if it's important for you, then you should. And more importantly, you should include both kind of reading activities in your study routine. A little bit of main idea, a little bit of detail reading. So with this book, for example, every chapter is a little different. So I think I'm reading the second or the third chapter, and the first chapter was very easy, no problems. The second had a few expressions, a few words that I didn't know, so I had to check. So this is the detail reading. That's when you're going to pay attention to the words, all the words that you're reading, because guys, I'm not a dictionary. Are you a dictionary? I don't think so. So it's normal not to know all the words. It's okay. So if you are focusing on main ideas, you don't need to stop all the time. But if you are focusing on details, then you have, okay? Then you have to stop as much as necessary, not as possible, as much as you need. So for example, as I'm reading The Richest Man in Babylon, I stop when I need, not all the time. There are words that I don't know, but I'm okay. I understood the main idea. But there are some parts where I stop and I check everything because I want to know all the details from that part. So this is what I call strategy. Okay, there are some days that I read 15 pages, okay, and it's good. I check, I don't need to stop a lot, but there are some days when I read 2-3 pages because I'm more focused on the details. Okay, so this is the strategy that I wanted to teach you today. It's an important strategy. And more in the future, I will make another video talking about that because we can use this strategy in every aspect of the English language. Yes, we can. But that's not the focus of today. Now, what's your homework? Remember, practicing, active studying. You are going to come back because now we are live, so you have to come back to the comments, okay? And you will write a short paragraph explaining the main ideas from the text that I'm gonna post. I'm gonna post in the comments, so you have to come back. Please come back. I see some people join me every day and you are not commenting, you're not posting comments. That makes me very sad. So if you are that person, you're gonna come back here after the video is over and you are going to participate, okay? The article will be both in the descriptions and in the comments, okay? So what do you have to do? Not details, main ideas only. What is the main idea from the text? And that's a wonderful way to practice. Other than that, my friends, thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for the donation. And I will see you tomorrow for another English lesson. Thank you. Bye-bye.